We are nearing the end of this historic WrestleMania. The WWF and MTV came together in 1984 to issue the Rock and Wrestling Connection, and one of the big parts of this combination has been Cyndi Lauper. The pop princess has taken on the job of managing former women's champion Wendi Richter, who tries to regain her title back from current WWF women's champion Leilani Kai. Kai is managed by the legendary former champion, the Fabulous Moolah. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Here's my reaction to the match. Once again, as has been the format, we start with Lord Alfred Hayes. This time, however, both Moolah and Leilani Kai kiss Alfred as they pass him, smearing lipstick on the Brit. Then Mean Gene interviews both parties. Cyndi Lauper, who did more to help elevate the WWF nationally than anyone else in this time, refers to Moolah as Shmoolah. She says she is a big-time manager trained by Captain Lou, and she has Wendi ready. Then after the WrestleMania logo, we see Kai and Moolah has some amazing-looking dollar signs on her glasses. And Mean Gene tells her not to let Jesse Ventura see them. My, how times have changed. The champion is in the ring first, with no entrance, no music, and then, on the VHS version that I have been watching, Richter, the challenger, and her manager, Cyndi Lauper, come out to Lauper's hit song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Most of you would have watched this on Peacock and would get generic music instead. Lauper belongs in the WWE Hall of Fame. The match is what it is. Women's wrestling has come a long way, so has wrestling in general. During the match, Richter put a hold on Kai, and Kai taps her hand on the mat, but since 1998, that would have been a submission. However, in 1985, tapping out wasn't a thing. She actually was signaling that she was okay. It's amazing to think that women have main evented WrestleMania twice, but back then, they are basically wearing one-piece bathing suits and have a pretty sloppy match. It just goes to show how big women's sports can become with the right marketing and star power. During the match, Moolah tries to get involved, and Lauper fights her off. The finish is pretty much a botch. Kai comes off the top rope, and her momentum is supposed to carry her through the move, putting Richter on top for the pin, but Kai lands on Wendy's head, making the move look ugly as hell. Richter wins the championship back, and the hard camera misses the fact that Cyndi Lauper was strangling Moolah in the corner. After the celebration, we are taken backstage where Lauper has her lipstick smudged on her teeth, but both women are happy and stumble over their words. Captain Lou has joined them in the celebrations. The match is a mess, but it did a lot for the WWF, especially to help the build-up for WrestleMania. For that, I give it a 3 out of 5. Wendi Richter was 23 at the time of this match and was supposed to be the biggest thing next to Hulk Hogan. With that, she probably rightfully wanted Hulk Hogan to pay. With that, she rightfully wanted Hulk Hogan pay, but Vince McMahon, being Vince McMahon, orchestrated the first screw job, and Richter is gone from the company by November. And women's wrestling becomes a joke. Richter, thankfully, mended bridges and has been inducted in the Hall of Fame. Lauper, who was 31, belongs in the Hall of Fame in my opinion. I'm sorry, why isn't she? Kai was 28, and she will be back 10 years later for another WrestleMania title match. Moolah, who was 61, would live for 22 more years before passing, and since her death has become persona non grata in wrestling for her treatment of women during her life. But that is a story for another time. There is one more match left on the card, but first, where do we rank this one together? Now, as you can see so far through the 7 matches of WrestleMania 1, nothing is scored over a 3.5. But where does Wendi Richter versus Leilani Kai rank amongst those other 3 out of 5s? I think Steamboat and Bourne is better, but I put this match on par with the US Express versus Sheik and Volkov. The difference here being that Sheik and Volkov were bigger heels than Leilani Kai, so I'm going to leave that match slightly above Richter versus Kai, but it's definitely better than Beefcake versus San Martino. So we have Leilani Kai, that is spelled really awful. Leilani, I'll check it later, Kai versus Wendi Richter becomes the 3rd best match in WrestleMania history. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments.